Good evening and welcome to Westminster College. With our gathering today, we celebrate a new beginning and join in these time-honored Westminster College traditions. Out of respect for this tradition, we ask that all cell phones be placed on silent. I declare the 2026 New Student Convocation open. Faculty members, platform party, parents, and guests, please stand and remain standing for the convocation to be delivered by Reverend Jason Buckwalter. So students, please stand.
Let's pray. Eternal God, source of all wisdom and truth, we gather today at the beginning of something we cannot yet fully see. A new year stretches before us, and we come to it with anticipation and uncertainty and hope. We give thanks for this community, for the students arriving with questions they have yet not learned to ask, for faculty who have given their lives to a discipline and still find it surprising, for staff who hold this place together in ways that rarely get named. And we give thanks for the families who have entrusted someone they love to the care of this community. Grant us humility enough to know what we do not know. Grant us courage enough to pursue what is true even when it costs us something of us. Grant us the wisdom to understand that learning is not merely personal advancement, but preparation for a life that serves others. Bless this convocation and the year it opens. May it be worthy of the students who have come here with their whole lives ahead of them. Amen. Now please remain standing as Senior Kylie Colbreth performs the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets river, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated, everybody. I'd like to add my welcome to the convocation ceremony honoring you, the class of 2030. I am Don Lofi, President of Westminster College, and on behalf of the Westminster College community and our Board of Trustees, it is my genuine honor and pleasure to welcome all of you to this afternoon's convocation. I'd especially like to welcome our convocation speaker, Mr. Anthony Larimore, from the class of 2007, and his wife Kelly, seated to my right, of 2008. Additionally, as you just heard, welcome to our Churchill Singers Vocal Performance Group and family members of our students, our faculty and staff, and all those watching virtually. And again, most especially you, the class of 2030, who have the special privilege of joining the Westminster family as we celebrate the college's 175th anniversary. Class of 2030, as you begin your Westminster journey, please know that you now belong to the tradition of excellence dating back to 1851. 5 decades ago, a long time, I became one of those thousands who sat in this very auditorium filled with excitement, but also a sense of uncertainty. As a Westminster student, I pursued my sports passions of cross country and track and field, and graduated with the foundation that launched my career at a Big 8 accounting firm and led to my acceptance into a prestigious graduate MBA program. I definitely share this with you not to talk about myself, but to show you how Westminster transformed my own life, an impact you will experience and are clearly about to. To you as parents, I know you're proud, a bit anxious, and a whole host of emotions. My wife, Lorraine, this will be the first convocation she's missed. She's traveled with my daughter out of town. But we both felt the same. In recent years, we watched our twins, son and daughter, navigate college life. New routines, packed with schedules, several change majors. But let me reassure you all, sometimes it'll go a rocky path, but it will work out. Westminster is intentionally small, where students are more than just a number. Soon you, the class of 2030, will become known at Westminster not only by name, not on my site, but by name. Best wishes to you as you begin your remarkable journey today. And don't be surprised that I and others will greet you by name when we see you throughout the campus. Thank you. Now at this time, I'd like to introduce you to our other members of the platform party. First is Mr. Derek Zander, Vice President of Enrollment, Management, and Student Services. Next to him is Ms. Karen Thompson-Wolf, Associate Dean of Success and the Chief Retention Officer of the college, or students, excuse me. Next to Ms. Thompson-Wolf is Reverend Jason Buckwater, who you just heard from the Center for Faith and Service. And the final member of the platform today again is Mr. Anthony Larimore. Now at this time, I'd like to invite Mr. Zander to present the new class. Derek?
All right. Thank you, President Lofi. Uh-oh. I don't think I did that. I don't know what happened. All right, there we go. Thank you, President Lofi. On behalf of Westminster College students, faculty, and staff, I have the unique honor and privilege of presenting the 176th entering class to the Westminster community. They exemplify Westminster's mission to be critically aware leaders of character, committed to integrity, fairness, respect, and responsibility, as outlined in the Westminster College's mission statement. These values stem from the Athenian oath you just pledged loyalty to at the columns. We take them seriously, and I know the class of 2030 will uphold the fundamental principles Westminster students have followed for more than a century. Our enrollment management and student services staff members have met this class, and I am extremely confident they will grow into great leaders over the next several years. Representing 18 states, 8 different countries, the students before you today claim a unique diversity in culture, ethnicity, status, identity, and expression that is paramount to an enriched learning environment. And let's give a round of applause for these students when I call out your name. I didn't mean in that moment, I meant when I call out some names here in a minute. First, I am pleased to recognize Abigail Gunn from Catawissa, Missouri, who is the student who first made the commitment to be a member of the Westminster Class 2030. I am also pleased to recognize Nina Furness from Somerset West, South Africa, who is the student who traveled the farthest to be here today, over 9,000 miles. And I'd also just love to get a shout out to our international students. We're glad to have you. Look forward to seeing you and be successful here academically. We are also extremely proud that 18 of our new students have a legacy connection to Westminster, a grandparent, a parent, or sibling who attended here previously. Would those legacy students please stand and be recognized? Don't be bashful. Go ahead and stand. At this time, I ask the entire 2030 class to please stand. President Lofi and the greater Westminster community, I am proud to present the 176th entering class of Westminster College. You can be seated again. And now, I ask Ms. Karen Thompson-Wolf, Associate Dean of Student Success and Chief Retention Officer, to address the class of 2030.
Thank you, Derek, and good afternoon to all of you. Students, I join my colleagues in extending a warm Westminster welcome to each of you. We're honored you have here as you begin your significant academic journey. As President Lofi said, college is a transformative period filled with promise and opportunity for exploration, discovery, and growth. A curious mind is essential to understanding the world around us and ourselves. The more we learn, the better prepared we are to meet challenges with clarity and resolve. With that in mind, I offer 3 pieces of advice as you begin your Westminster journey. First, embrace curiosity and lifelong learning. Dive into this adventure with an open mind and embrace the many paths to knowledge. This will help you find your academic trajectory and build a foundation for your future career. At Westminster, we champion learning because our world is ever evolving. Science, technology, and the workplace demands will change, but continuous learning and adaptation will remain essential. Second, define your purpose, your own version of success. Our mission is to support your development so you can define success on your own terms. Live authentically, build knowledge and skills that foster confidence and adaptability, and align your career path with your values. Success is when your dreams and hard work lead you to your desired destination professionally and personally. Third, utilize the resources and support systems available across campus. Your journey will not be a straight line. You may change your major or career path, and that's perfectly normal. Keep an open, curious mind and embrace your unique journey. Take diverse courses, engage with our exceptional faculty, seek mentors, ask questions, and use their feedback to grow. Participate in research to broaden your intellectual horizons. Academic advisors can help connect coursework, majors, and career goals. Explore study abroad, internships, programs for real-world experience, and visit our library for resources, quiet study spaces, and tutoring. On behalf of the college, we're glad you have chosen to spend these crucial years with us, and we can't wait to see you around campus. I wish you an outstanding academic year. And now I invite President Lofi back to the podium.
Thank you, Karen. Now I have the distinct pleasure to introduce again Mr. Anthony Larimore from Westminster's class of 2007. Since graduating from the college and attending law school, Anthony has built an impressive career as a trial lawyer. His advocacy has earned millions of dollars for his clients, including a record-setting $28 million judgment in Lincoln County, Missouri. He has argued cases across the country, including before the U.S. Supreme Court, and has earned his recognition from super lawyers and the national trial lawyers. But Nancy's story is more than a professional set of achievements. He has remained deeply committed to Westminster as a former instructor, mentor, lecturer, and advocate, and a recent recipient of our Alumni Achievement Award. I had the pleasure again of meeting Anthony this spring and his wife and their family. And again, it was so enjoyable to present that award. Now, Kelly, as I said, was a graduate of 2007, and he met her at the Westminster, and their 6 children joined them on campus for that event. It was, I remember, Kelly, you were just trying to keep them under control. It was really great for all of you to be here and for us to be able to recognize Anthony since he graduated Westminster. Anthony knows the college. He knows the value of a Westminster education. And he knows exactly how to share that experience with you, and we look forward to hearing his remarks this afternoon. So please join me in a round, warm set of applause in welcoming Anthony to the podium.
These lights are bright. Whew. Well, welcome to Westminster College, and congratulations on making a great choice for the next 4 years. I was a member of Delta Tau Delta here at Westminster, and when the school put out a press release and it read, "The esteemed trial attorney Anthony Larimore was giving this address," I'm going to read to you the professions and messages I received from my Delt brethren, okay? Number 1, from a world-renowned obstetrical surgeon, esteemed LMFAO. Now, I'm not entirely sure what that means. It's probably something medical. From a judge in the state of Oklahoma, Larimore, what kind of donation did you have to give to get someone to describe you as esteemed? From an engineer at NASA, it's a good thing I knew you before you were esteemed, because now you probably suck. And from a pediatrician, esteemed, ha 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 ha. This goes on for a while, ha ha. Maybe esteemed for a yokel from Montgomery City. But in all seriousness, I do not consider myself very esteemed, but it's such an honor and a privilege to stand before you speaking on behalf of an institution that I've loved and admired for so long. I graduated Westminster College in 2007, and to say this college changed my life is a drastic understatement. The college gave me the skills and resources to find the purpose of my life and to live out my calling, and it forged lifelong friendships and relationships with some truly remarkable people, and some of those people are the ones that sent me those messages. I met my beautiful wife, Kelly, here on the front porch of the Delta Tau Delta house 21 years ago on August 20th, and now we have 6 children. Westminster not only helped me find my path and my purpose, it set me up for a life of tremendous joy. Now, when I was preparing for what I was going to say this afternoon, I asked myself, what do I wish someone would have told me when I came to Westminster? And what can this gray-haired old man whose teenagers say he's lame and out of touch impart on any of these young folks that can make their journey here just a little easier or maybe a little better? So I'm going to give you my best shot, okay? So it was August of 2003, and a poor redneck son of a preacher drove his beat-up tan Chevy Cavalier from Montgomery City here to Fulton and parked it behind Scott Hall. As I sat there, I'll be frank with you that anxiety and worry overwhelmed me, and imposter syndrome took over. I remember asking myself, what on earth am I doing here? I was the first person in my family to attend a four-year college, and even though I was a good student and had a pretty good ACT, I was sure that I was completely out of my element. I was pretty sure that I was the only student in the class that was going to have to work overnights at the sawmill in New Florence, Missouri, or work breaks at the Tyson chicken plant to pay for school. The only thing I was sure of at that point in time was I wanted to make a difference in the world, but I didn't know how. As the days and weeks and the months progressed, by sitting through classes and meeting professors like my good friend Dr. John Langton, who's joining us today, Judge Dwayne Benton, Dr. Richard Geenan, and many more, the purpose that I was looking for, the calling that I was trying to find, became clear. And as my purpose became clear, my confidence grew. The professors here challenged me to get better. They challenged me to be a better student and a better leader. Some of those professors are still my mentors. Many of them are my lifelong friends. That's one thing you won't find at a lot of schools. My friend Dr. John Langton, like I said, he's joining us here today. And Dr. John, I remember the first paper that you handed back to me when I was foolish enough to take political theory as a freshman. And on the back, it said, "Anthony, great thoughts, but you need to learn how to write." Dr. John spent hours with me over the next 4 years. We talked politics, we talked political theory, but more than that, he helped me be a better writer, and he became a lifelong friend. Dr. John, I appreciate you never letting me off the hook. Those are the kind of relationships that are unique to a school like Westminster. The professors and the staff and the resources and fellow students here at Westminster were my springboard into finding and then living out my calling as a trial lawyer. So, and I do have to tell you one thing, or Dr. John's going to get on to me after I come down from here, okay? Whenever you are in a class, be sure you do the reading assignments, okay? Sometimes you might have to read things twice. I certainly did. And you got to take notes outside the book. So Dr. John used to tell us that all the time. So I wanted to share that with you. But so here comes the advice from the esteemed trial attorney, Anthony Larimore, okay? Don't settle for something that you like. I know you're about to embark on a journey of where your life is going to take you. Don't just settle for what you like. Don't settle for something you're passionate about. Work to find your calling. And then when you do, dedicate everything that you have to it. You all have been blessed by God with what is an unparalleled opportunity, and I want to remind you of that today. You are some of the privileged few in this world that, because of this wonderful institution, have the resources and the God-given talent to effectuate positive change in this world. But with these great privileges comes an enormous amount of responsibility. So it's time, these next 4 years are the time you need to find your calling, to arm yourself with the knowledge and relationships that Westminster College can provide to you, and then go out and make a difference in the world. It won't be easy, but we all need you. And the people that you will come into contact with the rest of your life need you. The other thing I wanted to share with you is on something I got from one of the staff here at Westminster. So we'll maybe tell the students about your proudest moment in your career. I will tell you that other than my faith and my family, the things that have brought me the most joy and happiness are my career as a trial lawyer. I have been fortunate to receive several awards for advocacy over the years, and one of the awards I'm the most proud of is the Alumni Achievement Award that I got just a few months ago. But when I was thinking about what I was the most proud of, my mind went back to 13 years ago. I was in Herman, Missouri, and if you all have been there, it's a very picturesque place, and there's an old historic courthouse. And I had a client there, and we had a case that had been going on for years, and we were just about to have a jury trial when the other side finally came to Jesus and we resolved the case. And as we said, me and my client stood on the front porch of that historic courthouse that overlooks the Missouri River. She looked at me. Now, you have to understand that my client was a pretty rough lady. She had been a recovering addict. She was doing her best to care for her disabled son. She had no family and no hope. The result in the case wasn't even close to the biggest dollar amount that I've had. It wasn't $1 bajillion. But as me and my client stood on those steps, she turned to me with tears flowing down her eyes, and she gave me one of the biggest compliments I've ever been paid. She said, "Anthony, you're the only person that's ever fought for me." There are people in this world that need you. In whatever profession or industry, there are differences that need to be made and that have to be made. And I'm here to tell you that whatever background, even if you're half a redneck from Montgomery City, or you have to work in a sawmill to get through it, or if you're from an affluent family and don't have to worry about any of that, you can make a difference. So over these next 4 years, the questions of what is your purpose and what is your calling ought to be questions that you deliberate on. The question of what is your purpose and what is your calling ought to concern you, and it ought to bother you. And it will be your obligation to seek that purpose and calling and then to sell out to fulfilling it. It will take work. It will take study. It will take looking up from a phone or a screen and having the courage to forge new relationships. It will take you getting out of your comfort zone. And I am here to tell you that the only person that can stop you from doing that is sitting between your two elbows. You have everything you need, all of the resources you need to find your calling and to fulfill it here at Westminster College. So I'm going to end with this. In this big fight that we call life, your starting bell is about to ring, folks. The rest is up to you. And I appreciate you all having me today and listening to me today, and I'll hand it back to President Lofi.
Well, Anthony, thank you so much for those remarks. Kelly, thank you for being here. And we think you're esteemed and truly mean that. But this is a small token of our appreciation on behalf of my colleagues and our Board of Trustees. And thank you for taking the time to sat this afternoon in those very, very purposeful remarks. Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you.
Class of 2030. As I have mentioned, Derek, Karen, and now Anthony, your Westminster journey begins now. The pace will be fast and the opportunities will be endless. But before you know it, you'll pass back through the columns as an alumnus. And amazed at how quickly these 4 years went and how much, and we generally mean this, Westminster will be like your home. Throughout this transformation of educational journey, you'll be engaged, challenged, and supported. And as I said earlier, there'll be road bumps. As Anthony mentioned, just continue to go forward and pick yourself up. Let our core values of integrity, fairness, respect, responsibility guide you. And you will be prepared to succeed. Once again, on behalf of my colleagues, our faculty, staff, and the Board of Trustees, we all welcome you to Westminster College and to your parents as well. Now please rise for one of Westminster's oldest traditions. Senior Joseph Otero will now perform our alma mater, and then please remain standing afterward for the benediction. Reverend, excuse me, Joseph.
On the hills of old Missouri, tapestried in green, rise the walls of gray Westminster. Hail, O Mother Queen! Hail, Westminster, alma mater, on thy hilltop throne. Sons and daughters pledge devotion, thine we are thine own.
I receive this benediction. Go from this place knowing that what begins today matters. May you go with curiosity that does not quit when the questions get hard and the answers are slow in coming. May you go with a sense of honesty and humility that is willing to say, I was wrong, or I don't know, or I think I need help. May you go with the care for the people around you, because none of us learn or become who we are meant to be in isolation. And when this year asks more of you than you expected, may you find that you are more capable than you knew and that you do not have to face it alone. Amen.
Please remain in your seats until the platform party, the faculty and students have exited this area. The skulls of 7 will first dismiss the platform party and will then dismiss the faculty and students. I now declare this convocation closed.